The light that we bought saved my son's life. That's my son. Some people would call him my son-in-law, but that is my son. And that is my grandson, John. That's my son, John, my grandson, Johnny. That is the day that John was shipping out to Iraq. I don't know if you remember, but in 2007, we were sending National Guard troops to war vastly underprepared, including not having proper body armor and a whole lot of other stuff. And John went off to war. He went to the shittiest place in the Iraq war, Sadr City, doing the hardest job, route clearance. His job was to drive the highways and look for roadside bombs. And they found one day. They got hit by a roadside bomb. The gunner was thrown out, killed immediately. The guy in the back died 2 weeks later. Flames shot through the cab. Front of my son's leg was blown off. They got hit with flame, smoke inhalation. My son applied his tourniquet, climbed out the gun turret, fell down onto what was left of the engine compartment, started returning fire to the enemy. A few minutes later, the medic ran up, grabbed him, ran him back to the back of the convoy, put him back in the ambulance, flipped on his headlamp, saw that his tourniquet was on wrong, that he was bleeding out. He adjusted it. John went into a coma for 2 days and woke up 2 days later in Germany. I'm going to tell you guys why you want to make as much money as you can. And I'm sorry if I go a couple minutes over. But I want to share with you guys why we're doing this. Four days later, I got this email from John's commanding officer. He said, "Jim, there's something I found out today that I feel you need to know," and it made my jaw drop when I found out. I was talking with the soldiers who were involved. One of them who was helping John told me this. He said he was treating John in the back of the vehicle and really couldn't see. There wasn't enough light in the vehicle, so he cut his headlamp on and allowed him to see the tourniquet that had been put on John's leg. He said if he didn't have the headlamp, he wouldn't have been able to keep the amount of pressure on the tourniquet that needed to be applied. The soldier said that whoever bought and donated the headlamp should be tremendously thanked because the headlamp assisted in saving a soldier's life. After I picked my jaw up off the floor, I explained who had donated them, and the soldier was awestruck. I must admit that I'm still baffled by the coincidence, but feel that if anyone should know, it should be you. On behalf of Comanche Company, I want you to know that you will forever be known as a Comanche brother. The words thank you will never be enough to express my gratitude or the gratitude of the Union. Heroes don't write checks. Heroes go out on the battlefield. The light that we bought saved my son's life. And we also had a double miracle from this. This shows that the actions you take have far-reaching consequences. It took a lot of years and a lot of time to rebuild my son. TBI, PTSD, physical therapy. He still has shrapnel in his body. It's had many operations to get it pulled out. But I'm proud to say that he is now serving his community as a deputy sheriff. We had another miracle too, because little Johnny grew up to Big John, and this little guy came along too. Little Eli James Holt, middle name after his grandpa. He is the light of his grandpa's eye. I love that little boy so much. And he never would have been born if we had not been able to buy those lights.